Let me hit you with a hard truth. If you've ever thought, I'm such a nice guy, why don't women ever choose me? Then this video is going to sting, because the answer isn't what you think. See, the problem isn't that women don't like kindness, it's that they can see through fake niceness in seconds. And if you don't understand the difference, you're going to keep losing to guys who don't even try as hard as you. Today, I'm breaking down why nice guys always lose, and more importantly, how you can stop being one without turning into some toxic jerk. We'll cover the illusions, the traps, the mistakes most men don't even know they're making, and I'll show you the mindset shifts that flip the script. By the end of this video, you'll know why what you've been told about attraction is dead wrong, and what actually works if you want respect, love, and real connection. Chapter 1, The Illusion of the Nice Guy. Let me tell you about a guy I knew back in college. He wasn't the loudest, he wasn't the flashiest, but he was always there for everyone. If a girl needed help moving her boxes into the dorms, he was there. If someone needed a ride across town at 2 a.m., he was the first to offer his car. He held doors, remembered birthdays, and never missed an opportunity to say, I'll be there if you need me. And secretly, he thought this was his golden ticket. He believed that by being unfailingly nice, eventually one of these girls he helped would look at him and think, wow, he's perfect boyfriend material. But here's the part he never saw coming. That moment never came. While he was busy investing his time, his energy, his attention, these same girls were dating guys who weren't nearly as accommodating. In fact, sometimes they chose men who didn't even treat them half as well. And he sat there confused, frustrated, even angry, wondering, why can't they see I'm the better choice? I've been so nice to them. This right here is the illusion of the nice guy. It's the belief that kindness equals attraction, that if you just smile more, give more, sacrifice more, you'll be rewarded with love. But let me hit you with the uncomfortable truth. Nice doesn't equal attractive. It never has. See, niceness on its own is neutral. It's expected. You don't get points for being kind. You only lose points if you're not. Attraction is built on completely different foundations: confidence, self-respect, decisiveness, emotional strength. Kindness matters, but only when it's layered on top of strength. That's why the nice guy keeps losing. He thinks he's playing the game by being generous and selfless. But what women actually feel is the absence of backbone, the absence of challenge, the absence of polarity. They don't consciously think, oh, he's too nice. What they feel is, something's missing. There's no spark. And here's the kicker. The nice guy is often not truly nice. He's strategic. His kindness is a transaction, whether he admits it or not. Deep down, he's waiting for something in return. And women sense that instantly. So remember this. Being nice isn't the problem. The problem is believing niceness is enough, because it's not. Chapter 2. The Hidden Transaction. Let's be brutally honest here. Most so-called nice guys aren't actually being nice out of pure generosity. They're being nice with an invisible contract in their back pocket. The deal goes like this. If I do enough favors, if I show enough kindness, if I prove I'm different from the other guys, then she owes me her attention, her affection, maybe even a relationship. But here's the problem. She never signed that contract. Imagine walking into a store, handing the cashier a flower, and then demanding free groceries. Sounds ridiculous, right? That's exactly how transactional niceness feels to women. On the surface, the guy's offering kindness. Underneath, though, it's not a gift. It's a trade. And women pick up on that instantly, even if it's subconscious. Think about it. Have you ever done something extra nice for a woman you liked, and when she didn't respond the way you hoped, you felt annoyed, maybe even bitter? That frustration isn't proof that she was ungrateful. It's proof that your niceness wasn't free. You expected payment in return. And here's where the illusion collapses. Real attraction doesn't work on transactions. Attraction is emotional, instinctive, and primal. You can't negotiate your way into someone's desire. You can't trick them into feeling something because you've earned it with good behavior. This is why the nice guy always feels invisible. His efforts don't build attraction because they're not grounded in authenticity. They're grounded in expectation. Women may appreciate the gesture, They may even say thank you, but deep down, they feel the weight of that hidden agenda. And nothing kills attraction faster than pressure disguised as kindness. Now, does that mean you should stop being kind? Of course not. But it does mean you need to stop using kindness as a weapon. True kindness is given freely, without strings attached. Real attraction is built on presence, confidence, and emotional connection, not on tally marks of good deeds. So here's the hard truth. The more you treat kindness like a bargaining chip, the more you guarantee that women won't want to cash it in. The sooner you let go of the hidden transaction, the sooner you can start building attraction that's real, not negotiated. Chapter 3. Attraction versus approval. Here's the mistake almost every nice guy makes. He confuses approval with attraction. Let me paint the picture. There's this guy, we'll call him Tom. Tom is always agreeable. He never disagrees, never challenges, never risks saying the wrong thing. If a woman says she loves a certain band, Tom suddenly loves them too. If she says she hates sushi, Tom instantly claims he's allergic to it. His entire identity bends and shifts just to win her approval. And guess what? It works, sort of. Women might smile, laugh politely, even call him sweet. But here's the kicker. Being agreeable might earn Tom approval, but it doesn't spark attraction. Why? Because attraction is born from polarity, tension, and authenticity. Approval chasing kills all three. Think about it. Would you respect a movie critic who gave every single film 5 stars? Of course not. You'd know their opinion means nothing because they're just handing out approval like candy. That's what a nice guy does in relationships. He floods women with unconditional validation, hoping it'll make them want him. Instead, it makes his approval worthless. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't want a man who bends to their every whim. They want a man with a backbone, someone who can stand firm in his values, his tastes, his identity. Someone who can say, I like this. I don't like that, not out of arrogance, but out of self-respect. The irony? By trying so hard to avoid rejection, the nice guy guarantees it. Because approval might feel safe, but safe isn't sexy. It's predictable. It's flat. And flat doesn't ignite attraction. So if you want to escape the nice guy trap, stop chasing approval. Start chasing authenticity. Speak your truth, even if it risks disagreement. Respect yourself enough to be honest. That honesty might not earn you approval every time, but it will earn you something far more valuable. Respect, and from the right woman, attraction. Because at the end of the day, approval is cheap. Attraction is priceless. And you can't buy one by faking the other. Chapter 4. Confidence versus validation. Picture this. You're out at a bar, and there's a guy who looks confident at first glance. He's cracking jokes, buying drinks, throwing compliments left and right. Everyone's laughing, he's animated, and on the surface, he seems magnetic. But then you notice something. Every laugh he gets, every smile from a woman, every nod of approval, it's like oxygen to him. He's not being confident. He's begging for validation. Here's the difference most men miss. Confidence is internal, validation is external. Confidence comes from knowing who you are and being grounded in it. Validation comes from constantly needing others to confirm your worth. And women can smell the difference instantly. See, validation seeking looks like this. Checking your phone every 2 minutes to see if she texted back. Over-explaining your achievements so she'll be impressed. Agreeing with things you don't actually believe just to keep her happy. It's approval chasing in disguise. And while it might get you short-term attention, it kills long-term attraction. Why? Because it communicates insecurity. It screams, I don't trust that I'm enough, so I need you to keep proving it. Now confidence? That's a whole different energy. Confidence is the man who can walk into the same bar, stand quietly for a moment, and still command attention without doing anything flashy. Not because he's trying to prove himself, but because he doesn't need to. His presence says, I know who I am, and I'm not waiting for you to decide it for me. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women aren't attracted to men who need them for validation. They're attracted to men who already validate themselves and choose women out of abundance, not desperation. So how do you flip the script? Start catching yourself in validation-seeking behavior. Are you texting because you genuinely want to connect or because you're anxious for a reply? Are you telling that story because it's funny or because you're trying to impress? When you catch it, pause. Shift the focus inward. Ask yourself, would I still feel good about me if she walked away right now? Because the second you stop needing validation, you become truly confident. And the second you become confident, attraction stops being something you chase and starts being something you naturally generate. Chapter 5. Boundaries. The missing piece. Imagine this. A guy finally gets into a relationship with a woman he really likes. At first, everything feels amazing. He's attentive, always available, and willing to do whatever it takes to keep her happy. But then small things start to happen. She cancels plans last minute, and he shrugs it off. She flirts a little with other guys, and he laughs nervously, pretending it doesn't bother him. She starts making demands, changing how he dresses, who he hangs out with, even how he spends his weekends. And every time he gives in, because deep down he's afraid of losing her. Fast forward a few months, and she's lost all respect for him. Why? Because he never set boundaries. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Being nice without boundaries isn't kindness, it's weakness. And weakness never creates attraction. Boundaries are what tell people how to treat you. Without them, you're basically handing over the steering wheel of your life and saying, do whatever you want, I'll just follow along. That might feel safe at first, but over time, it destroys trust and attraction. Now, women don't test boundaries because they're evil or manipulative. They do it because it's human nature. Boundaries are how we figure out someone's strength, self-respect, and consistency. And if a woman senses you have none, she'll quickly categorize you as someone she can't take seriously. Think of it this way. Saying no isn't about being mean. It's about being real. It's about showing you value yourself enough not to tolerate disrespect. For example, if she cancels last minute, don't just pretend it's fine. Call it out respectfully. If she pushes a line you're not okay with, say so directly. If she tests to see how far she can go, hold your ground without anger, but with certainty. This doesn't push her away. Paradoxically, it makes her feel safer with you. Because deep down, women don't want a man who bends to every whim. They want a man they can trust to stand strong, even against them when necessary. Here's the kicker. Boundaries don't chase women away. Lack of boundaries does. The guys who keep losing are the ones who think being endlessly accommodating will win love. But it doesn't. It just teaches her that your respect for her is greater than your respect for yourself. And the moment she realizes that, the game is already over. Chapter 6. The real reason nice guys finish last. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Nice guys finish last. And most men take it to mean women don't like kindness. That's wrong. Women do value kindness, just not the fake kind. The real reason nice guys finish last is because their niceness isn't genuine. It's transactional. It's conditional niceness. They're not being kind because it's who they are. They're being kind because they secretly expect a reward for it. Attention, affection, or sex. Think about it. The nice guy buys her dinner, listens to all her problems, showers her with compliments, and then gets angry when she doesn't magically fall in love with him. That's not kindness. That's manipulation dressed up as good behavior. And women can sense it instantly. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Being nice doesn't make you attractive. Being authentic does. A man who's genuinely kind but also confident, has boundaries and doesn't need approval, that's magnetic. But a man who uses kindness as a bargaining chip, that's repellent. See, women don't reject nice guys because they're too nice. They reject them because they feel the hidden agenda. They feel the insecurity underneath every compliment, every favor, every "I'll do anything for you." So if you're wondering why your niceness hasn't worked, ask yourself this. Was I doing it because it's who I am, or because I was hoping for something in return? Here's the secret. Women don't want a guy who sacrifices himself for her attention. They want a man who values himself so much that his kindness is a choice, not a strategy. The bad boys that nice guys love to hate, they don't win because they're mean. They win because they're unapologetically themselves. They have flaws, but they own them. They have boundaries and they enforce them. They're not performing for approval, they're just living. That raw authenticity is what women are drawn to. So the fix isn't to stop being nice, it's to stop being fake nice. Drop the agenda, build confidence, hold boundaries. Be kind because that's who you are, not because you're hoping it'll buy affection. Because at the end of the day, women don't want a man who finishes last or one who finishes first by faking it. They want a man who's not even in the race because he's already won himself. Here's the bottom line. Women don't reject nice guys because they're too nice. They reject them because their niceness is fake, desperate, and built on insecurity. Think about what we've covered. In Chapter 1, we exposed the illusion of the nice guy, why being overly nice is just manipulation in disguise. In Chapter 2, we saw how attraction runs deeper than surface-level behavior. It's about polarity, not politeness. In Chapter 3, we learned why overgiving kills attraction instead of building it. In Chapter 4, we separated real confidence from empty validation seeking. In Chapter 5, we uncovered how boundaries, firm but fair, are the true foundation of respect. And finally, in Chapter 6, we revealed the brutal truth. Fake niceness is just another mask for insecurity, and women can spot it instantly. So here's your choice. You can keep being the nice guy, hoping that one day someone will reward your endless sacrifices with love. Or you can step up, build real confidence, set real boundaries, and become the kind of man women are naturally drawn to. Not because you're nice, but because you're authentic. The truth is, attraction isn't about being liked. It's about being respected. And respect only comes when you respect yourself first. Now, if you're serious about breaking out of the nice guy trap, go back and watch each chapter again. Take notes. Catch yourself in those patterns. And most importantly, start making the small changes that add up to massive shifts. Because the day you stop trying to be nice is the day you finally start being real. And that's when everything changes.